Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video. Yes, y'all thought I'm playing games. I'm not playing games all 2026. You know the drill already. Lock the f in. Now let's get into it. Now we start with Kenjaku and he says sorry, and some girl wakes up below him saying, who are you? Why are you in my house? Like, where is the police, bro? He says, I'm the sorcerer who put up this barrier here. This is the place where we're gonna squabble up and see who really is the big dog of all the generations. Hold on, people are about to kill each other? Can y'all not do that in my yard? I paid good money for this place. He tells her, the remains of an execution site are not too far away, and that's the center of the barrier. I can't do no unreasonable conditions. So I'm gonna give you a deal. All of you who started in the barrier and wanna leave, come. I'm gonna let you guys leave, but only once. If you want, you can wake up outside the barrier. Wake up? Hold on, am I dreaming? Is this the infinite Tsukiyomi? He says the space between dreams and reality is a curse, so be careful. And he gives out his hand and picks her up. All the others are already outside. So they go walking in the dark and then it changes and we just see curses everywhere. The man says, oh right, I forgot to tell you. Thank you for getting along with my son. Hold on, is this the shorty from Yuji's occult club? Nah, but why did he do this? Does he f with Yuji on the lows? What's going on, guys? Then someone says, Sasaki, and it's another member of the occult club. She's like, where the f are we right now? And we look and there's this giant ass barrier. Gucci says, damn. I had this weird ass dream of a guy with long hair and this fat ass scar. Did he tell you about his son too? Nah, I ain't hear about no son. Was he just watching Yuji his whole life? Like, how does he even know about her? It's a crazy. Now, after Hakari gave Yuji some dirty tums, they tell him what's really going on in the world. Hakari's like, hold on, Gojo got sealed? Yes. The with 6 eyes? Yes. The with infinity? Yes. The who's the strongest sorcerer of today? Yes. Nah, man, I can't believe it. Then Panda tells them it gets worse. Principal Yaga died too. Them higher-ups backdoored him. Megumi's like, Panda, you ain't tell me? Yuji's sad because he really thinks it's his fault, and low-key kinda is, but like not really. The higher-ups really need to be exterminated. Hakari can't believe this though because those were the 2 people he really rocked with at Jujutsu High. I ain't been this bummed since I lost a 15-leg parlay because of Gabe Vincent. Side note, I'm so happy he's not on the Lakers anymore. But he says, you know what? Fine. I'll help you guys with the culling games. But don't get it twisted. I ain't doing this because we're homies. We're cutting a deal. After the culling games are over, you guys gotta help me. I'm really trying to run it up higher than Elon. Panda says, help you with what? What you want? The Jujutsu regulations changed? What do you really want, twin? But Megumi tells him, whatever you want, shit won't be that hard. Huh? Who the f are you to say that, boy? I'm the head of the Zenin clan. He's like, oh, word? If I get the backing of a big clan, the rules should be changed easy. Yo, broski, let's be buddies. Yeah, this guy's insane. But then the next day, the Zenin clan got annihilated, so no point in that. Now, they just need to decide who's gonna go to which colony. They already know Yuta's going to the Miyagi one, but then Kogane appears out of nowhere. It says, I'm a liaison between players and the games. Hold on, why you sound so different? Shit, that was me doing an announcement. Now I'm just talking with the homies. But Megumi says, hold on. Why is it already counting Yuji as a player? Only people who got curse techniques and objects from that freak Kenjaku should be in the game, or if they enter the colony. And Yuji's right here, he ain't do none of that. Then we cut to Kenjaku saying, I made people ingest cursed objects just like Yuji, and the cursed objects are what's left of sorcerers from the past that I made vows with a millennium ago. But I ain't only do contract with sorcerers. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. He used to be a human who existed over 1,000 years ago. And Yuji says, Sukuna. Maybe he was one of the sorcerers who entered a contract with Kenjaku and became a cursed object. Megumi's like, hold on, shit really don't make sense though. You ate his finger, pause, out of your own free will. Yeah, something ain't right. Don't tell me Kenjaku's on some eyes and shit. Yuji pulls up the player info list and they look and they see the number 1 player is Kashimo, and bro used to have 200 points. That means he packed up at least 40 people in the last couple days. Yeah, he's really like that. Megumi says, but maybe we can do the games without killing anyone. Yo, bring up the players with 100 or more points. Kogane's like, I don't answer to you, boy. I'm assigned to Yuji. But Yuji tells him to do it. He's thinking though, most of the sorcerers of the past must have had some sort of incentive to really participate in the games. Probably like free Chick-fil-A for a year or something. So the plan is, we find the people with 100 points or more who aren't interested in adding a rule, We pull up on them, press them to make a rule that will allow Tsumiki to get out of the Culling games. Kogane shows them and we see Kashimo and Higurama with points over 100.
Damn.
Megumi says bet. First thing we gotta watch out for is rule number 8 though, which is if a sorcerer's points remain the same for 19 days, they get packed up. They could add a rule making it so players could transfer points among themselves so they could get past that rule, and no one would have to die during the game. Megumi says, and we could add another rule that allows players to spend points to get out of the game. But Hakari's like, hold on though, I don't know about that one, gang. Won't that have long-lasting effects on the game? Kogane told them shit like that might not work. But it really is up to Kogane though. They won't know till they try. But the main problem is still freeing the goat Gojo. They need to find Angel. But also they're gonna target Kashimo and Higurama and hunt them down. Now, they're looking through the list trying to find Angel's name, but they don't see it. It's probably not her real name on some Yuji and Sukuna shit. Tengen told them though the best place to start looking is Colony 2. So Hakari and Panda are gonna go to Colony 2, and Yuji and Megumi are gonna go to Colony 1. Hakari tells Kirara to wait outside. Damn, they're really benching her? But basically, Kashimo's the strongest in the games right now. And Hakari's big dog, so he's gonna go see him and see Wagwan with him. And Panda's an animal, so he can go sniff around and find Angel. Since Yuta hasn't called them, they know that they can't contact people once they're in the barrier, so they need Kirara to keep watch outside the barrier, just so they know what's really guaning. Yuji says maybe me and Megumi shouldn't be together because Sukuna, he's got this weird plan, but Megumi's not having it, he don't care. Now both teams get ready to go in the barrier, and all we hear is I'm Kogane. Inside the barrier we got a serious competition happening. Step inside if you want to be a player. Are you ready to enter? Yeah, let's get it. Now we cut to this guy on top of this roof. Hold on, is he a... You know what, I'm not even gonna say it, but if you know, you know. Someone over the phone says, I'm waiting for the signal. He's like, I know, but what do I do if no man's come through? And he's talking to Shorty. She says, huh? Are you talking back to me, lil you? My bad, I ain't even mean it like that. Listen, talk to me like that again and I promise you'll be partying with Nanami and Junpei. Back to Yuji and Megumi. They're walking up to the barrier and he's like, hold on, so there's old in this fight too? Yes bro, life was different back then. It was a dog-eat-dog world. They might really just love fighting, so don't expect to negotiate or do some talk no jutsu. It's gonna be a bang out. And Kashimo and Higurama could both realistically be reincarnations. We don't even know. They get up to the barrier, Yuji knocks, and Kogane says, are you ready to enter? They say, let's get it. Megumi, you wanna see the rules? Nah, that ain't necessary. Yo Yuji, first we need to get information on Higurama. Let's go, and then they walk in. Then Yuji just starts falling from the sky. He's like, blood clot, where's Megumi? Basically, when someone enters a barrier, the game randomly puts you at one of 9 spawn locations, word to Call of Duty. But as you know in COD, whenever there's a spawn, there's bound to be a spawn camper. And this guy looks up and he waves a signal. Yuji's like, hey, is he guiding me with that light? Then all we see in the distance is someone coming straight for Yuji, and it's Shorty. She goes and hits him right in the chest and the man flies through hella buildings. But she's like, damn, this kid's strong. That would have killed a guy like Megumi. Then Yuji lands in this construction building and he almost runs out of it. Shorty's like, shit, I might be in over my head on this one. Come to me, darling, she says, talking into the walkie-talkie. And this Yuji guy just throws a rock straight at her and it hits her in the stomach. She's like, damn, this kid got me, and she falls all the way down this building. Yuji says, that was easy as shit. Don't tell me these old are all weak. This is the comp Sukuna was going against? Bro is just like Michael Jordan facing plumbers. But he looks up and a man is flying in the sky with a helicopter blade on his head? Yeah, I can't lie, I would rather have no powers than have this shit. What the hell is that? But the man says, what the f did you do to my woman? As you know, hurting a guy's shorty is a no bueno. You know what can come from this. Back to this other guy, he's watching, he's like, damn, did that kid defeat flying shit? Hold on, I know him from somewhere. Wait, that's Yuji. Now we cut to Megumi and he hits this girl to the ground. Damn, he don't care no more. Shorty says, why would you do that? Why? Because equality. He calls in his owl. Yo, you found anything? And it shakes its head. And if the owl ain't find shit, that means the colony area is actually big. If you didn't know, yes, the Culling Games is in Chicago. He turns back to the shorty and asks her, you know a sorcerer named Higurama? Huh? You think I'm gonna tell you? Shorty, do you need another beating? She don't want smoke, so she says, oh, the guy with 100 points, a lie? Yeah, it's him. This Yuji guy throws something, jumps up this building, and says, "Fuck it. runs, jumps off the building, grabs the man's leg and brings him to the ground. The helicopter guy's like, shit, this Yu is strong. But then his blade goes and almost hits Yuji. The man has to duck down quick. The wind blows him out the building and he starts running. The helicopter guy pulls up again. They fight in the air, but Yuji gives him a dirty 2-foot kick in the face. He's like, I thought he'd keep the advantage of higher ground, but the man's only using his propellers to attack. That means he's gotta come to me, so I'ma lure him indoors and he goes in this building. I can't lie, I like how Yuji's starting to get some battle IQ instead of just when in doubt Black Flash. The old man says, oh, he thinks that can stop me, doesn't he? So the man drops down, turns sideways and starts going straight for him with propellers. And apparently they can even cut steel. We don't know if that's confirmed though. He goes in saying, I'll make a smoothie out of you. But Yuji's just calm. He says, I'ma crack this old man's skull. Now Yuji goes in and gives him a dirty punch in the head, breaking his propellers. But he felt that too in his hand. The man says, you broke your hand, you're about to lose this fight. Yuji's like, shut the fuck up, old man, and gives him a dirty kick in the ball. My hand ain't broken. You not that strong, old man. Back to Megumi, the girl says, okay, I can tell you, but you gotta do me a favor. What do you want? Will you be my knight? Like, I can't lie, he's too nice. I would've packed her up after she said that dumbass shit to me. He says, I'm in a rush, shorty. Start walking. You gonna protect me though? I might if you're not lying. And if you lie to me, you know I'm gonna put you 6 feet under. Bro's like, I'm not like Itadori. I ain't scared about catching bodies. That's what I like to hear, Megumi. Talk your shit, bro. But she says, call me Remy. Remy? As in Remy Boys? 876? Okay, I'm done. Remy Boy! Now back to Yuji. The guy knocks him out and Yuji's like, shit, I was supposed to ask him about Higurama, but the man's on the ground now. Damn, what the hell do I do? But someone says, hey, Itadori, I know that player named Higurama. Long time no see, you remember me? Do I know him? Who is this guy? Is he John Kaisen? Maybe we don't need Gojo anymore. But he's like, who are you, twin? The guy says, makes sense you don't remember me, but I know you, you're famous. You're the Tiger of West Junior High, damn. Now we move back to Megumi and he's questioning Shorty. He says, hold on, are you a sorcerer from the past? Nah, I just got this from Grail, this some vintage Ricky, you like it? Okay, but why did you choose to fight in these games? You could've just left. For people like me who've been in the Culling games, it's day 12. It's kill or be killed out here. I've seen players go mad with power. So don't think about past and present sorcerer. All these can be evil. Megumi says, hold on, where are we going though? I can't tell you that. If I tell you, you might kill me. Yeah, and what's your point? Like, kill this girl. She's not useful. Now back to Yuji. He's walking with bro and he's like, yeah, so I kind of packed up your dogs. Are you cool with that? Yeah, that's calm. I'm just a gopher. I would have died soon anyways. Am I? Hold on. Am I Matt? Okay. And then Yuji asks where Higurama is. The shorty with Megumi says, I'll give you a rough idea. And back to Amai, he says the strong ones gather where the city once thrived. Higurama's in Ikebukuro. And shorty says he's in Shinjuku? Nah man, one of them is lying. Alright, that's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Another Jujutsu Kaisen video finished. Let me know how you're feeling about the Culling games. Are you excited? Are you not? New videos are still coming soon. We even got the second channel as well. If you haven't tapped into that, go tap in. And yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's on break, I think, next week from what I've seen. So we're probably gonna drop Tokyo next week instead. And then week after that, we'll be back on it. And we'll probably get Slime out. Slime is coming very soon, like recorded type thing. So it's coming. After Slime, might even do a little Soul Eater. And yeah, as always, if you have any suggestions of what you want to see, drop it down below. I'm always reading, always looking, so let me know what else you guys want to see. And also, follow your boy on socials. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Follow your boy and join the Discord as well. And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all boys and girls in the next video. Peace!